Hello, I'm Alice from Widmer Feed. We're doing our second video today on the incubator series which we're running. So we've got our Hova bator incubator all set up. It's at a nice consistent 99.5 degrees Fahrenheit, so I'm quite happy with that. I'm ready to put my eggs in, which we've left to settle and have been left at room temperature. So before we put them in, because we're doing manual turning, we mark all of our eggs with a cross or a 0 on either side. Just do it with a pencil on all of your eggs, and this ensures that when you're turning them, none of the eggs get left out. They're all being used, turned on an even rotation, and they're all going to develop properly. The reason that you turn your eggs is so that the embryo develops. You're just mimicking what the chicken would do in her nest. So you need to do it on a regular basis, at least 3 times a day, making sure that you're trying to do it in an even number, so you're not leaving them on one side for 2 nights in a row. For example, you would have them on the X side up on one night and the 0 side up on the next. This just ensures that the developing embryo doesn't stick to the shell. So we're going to pop them all into our incubator. A good tip, when you're choosing your eggs that you're going to put in your incubator, you want eggs which are very egg-shaped. You don't want them too oblong or too round, as these eggs are very unlikely to hatch. So you want them nice and egg-shaped. You also don't want them too big, because apparently this also means they're less likely to hatch. So there's a little tip for you. So we're putting these all in. These are all going 0 side up. And we've got 12. As you can see, we've got quite a variety of chicken breeds in here. You can tell by all the different coloured eggs. So we should get a nice varied batch of chickens out of this. This is our thermometer. What you're going to do with your thermometer, when you've put all your eggs in, you're just going to sit your thermometer on top of your eggs. This will give you an accurate representation of the temperature which the eggs are at, rather than having it resting on the bottom or sticking it to the top. So just going to sit like that on the top. We're going to shut that down. There we are. So that's all set up. Check your temperature regularly through your Perspex window. Obviously when you're turning them, the temperature will fluctuate slightly, but once you've got the lid back down, that will come back up to what it should be. When you're choosing somewhere for your incubator to go, you want to make sure it's out of direct sunlight, because although the incubator will regulate the temperature, it makes it very difficult. If it's in direct sunlight and heat, it makes it difficult for the incubator to bring that temperature down. So you want it out of direct sunlight, preferably somewhere dark, maybe like a garage, or we're using a utility room here. Just so it's out the way, you can just leave it, but check on it sort of twice a day, 3 times a day when you're turning those eggs. And then that's it. You're all set to go. We're going to come back to this in a week, and we will show you how to do some candling, which is when you use a bright light to look through the egg and you can start to see your embryo developing. So we will see you in a week's time. Don't forget to turn.